Let's take a look at the roster summary in the lower right-hand corner of the draft board. We're at the start of the 7th round in a 20-round draft, and so we've got a decent number of players that have been drafted. You can see by this that every team has taken one quarterback, and every team has drafted 6 total players. We've got a few teams who have drafted tight ends, and we've got a few teams who have drafted 3 running backs as opposed to 2. It's fairly well balanced. We can take a look at the tabular view. I like this one because it shows me how many picks each team has to make before my next pick. So recall in the middle of the draft board we always see that there's 5 picks to go until we pick again, which you can see here at the total on the bottom. But I might want to know who are those people, because what players they've already drafted is going to have a bearing on who they're going to take. Now, Draft Predictor is considering all of these factors and taking them into account when it makes its predictions. So we can see that those next 5 picks, it's predicting 3 running backs, a tight end, 4 running backs and a tight end. Looking at some more graphs, we can look at before my next pick. So we know that there's 4 running backs being predicted to be taken, with a drop percentage of just a little over 10%. So we're going to lose about 10% of our draft board value in running back in the next 5 picks. And we're going to lose 7% of the value with the tight end that's taken. We can also look at a tabular view of this. I apparently am in need of wide receivers and running backs as my top 2. And they're about to drop off as we saw on the table, or on the graph. Let's move up to the positional needs. This is what's driving that need number that we looked at below. The top bar shows my need, and this is a relative value to the need for the total for the league. So I have a slightly greater need for running back than the rest of the league. That may be because I've drafted fewer running backs, or I've drafted lower quality running backs. It looks like I'm doing pretty good on wide receiver, and I have a slightly higher need at tight end. The graph will change as the draft goes on, or this chart will change as the draft goes on, to show when kickers and defenses start becoming a need. Right now they're a very low priority. This is a graphical view. We also have a tabular view which shows the numbers. So the rest of the league needs to draft 43 running backs. I need to draft 4 more. And so the need values that you're comparing here in the U and the other column are relative values. Those numbers don't mean anything except for their relationship to each other.